Hey guys, what's up? This is LJS here, and I'm back finally with another deck profile. Sorry guys for the big delay in content. I've been really busy with coursework and work, uni work, really busy. Anyway, so here I am with a deck profile on Echo of Nemesis. It's about time. I'm a bit late, but this is the new boss for Dark Irregulars from the Fires collection, and yeah, he's pretty good. He's a really good upgrade for Dark Irregulars. So yeah, I'll just go through the deck profile, and I'll explain the card skills as well as reasons why I run them, as well as fun combos you can do at the end. So yeah, so first of all, for the starters, I run Greedy Hand. Greedy Hand is of course a really good starter. He is really good for selecting cards you want to put in your soul, and there's a card you can combo him with, which I will show later. And then for the grade 3s, I run 4 Echo of Nemesis. So he is your new boss, new finisher with a really good Glory Maelstrom effect. I'll go into skills later. Next, I run 4 of the Break Ride. So the Break Ride is a very good power up turn. So he is able to give your rear guards a really explosive turn. So the turn you break right will be a turn you can potentially really kill your opponent. And for grade 2s, I run 4 Emblem Master. So he is really good for getting your soul charge out, because his skill himself soul charge 3 and is an on hit skill, so it's a very pressuring skill as well. Now next, I run 4 of this promo card, Indifferent Succubus. So she is really good because she is a base 12. If you have 10 soul, she is base 12 forever, meaning she's 12k power forever if you have 10 soul. But the thing is, she's a promo card, so she might be hard to get. So if an alternate you can run is Demon of Aspiration Amon. So you have a proper 11k beat stick. But I run her for a 12k beat stick as well as the 12k defense. Next, I run need to get it arranged. I run 3 of this Decadent Succubus. So she is quite useful. If you manage to ride her turn 2, she'll get a lot of soul charge off. So she's really good. And there's a really good combo you can have with her, which I'll show later. For grade 1s, I run the typical of I expected 4 Perfect Guards. Yeah, 4 Perfect Guards because reasons. Next, I run 4 Doreen because Doreen, very good. And the thing is, even though she requires you to soul charge to power up, your main boss, Echo Nemesis, has another skill that allows you to soul charge a lot, which I'll explain later as well. Next, I also run 3 Dimensional Creepers. Some of you, if you want, you can run 4, but I think 3 is actually enough. It's more than enough because you can get him in the soul really easily with combo with the starter. So basically, the starter will pull him in the soul, and you use him to soul charge more. And I'll explain the skills in more detail later on. So if you want to see it, continue watching. So I run 3 of that, and then I run 2 of this Courting Succubus. So she's also useful for getting soul charge, and 1, well, for fun I guess, Poet of Darkness Amon for a 9k booster, which is really good with her. So this column is 21k once you have 10 soul, passively 21k, so good. And for triggers, since Dark Irregulars are very powerful and very offensive kind of clan, I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 crits. Yes, 12 crits and 4 heals. So some of you who are more seasoned with Dark Irregulars, you may be wondering why I don't run this Historic Surely draw trigger, because this deck itself right now is very good at soul charging. You can soul charge a lot, and you can definitely get 10 very easily, because you can actually get up to 15 souls. I think if you're lucky, or if everything goes right, by turn 3 you can potentially get 15 souls, which I think I can show you later. But okay, for those who don't know, Historic Surely skill is you put her in a soul and you soul charge 1, so you can actually soul charge 2 in that turn. But the thing is, she's a minus, so I think it's better if you run 12 crits as for offense, because this deck itself has enough soul charging of its own. And even though you want to power up Doreen by soul charging, Echo of Nemesis already has its own sort of soul charging engine that can soul charge every single turn. So every turn, I mean, after you write Echo of Nemesis, you can potentially just soul charge 2 every single turn, and she'll be a 12k booster for every turn. And if you have a 9k attacker, for example like this guy, in front of Doreen, 12k booster is 21k column as well. So you can consistently get 21k columns with this deck actually. So let's go through the skills. So our boss, Echo of Nemesis. So his skill is, let me focus it here. Yeah, there you go. His skill is limit break 4. So when he attacks, if you have 10 souls, okay, he gains 10k, and your opponent can only call Great Zeros. Basically, when he attacks, if you have 10 souls, he is a 21k attacker by himself, and your opponent can only guard with Great Zeros. Yeah, so which essentially is 20k for 2 to pass. So they need to have at least two Great Zeros to guard for 2 to pass. But if he is boosted, it's gonna be, you need 3 Great Zeros, 3 10k shields to guard for 2 to pass. So it's really good because you can sort of, you know, drain your opponent's hand really quickly as well. So his other skill is Act. So you Soul Blast a Great Zero, okay, and then you Soul Charge 2. So you can only use this skill once a turn. So as I mentioned, he himself has a really good soul charging engine. So every turn you Soul Blast a Great Zero, Soul Charge 2 cards. But of course, you know, if you see, it's actually a net +1. So every turn he can Soul Charge 1. But 2 cards goes into a soul, which activates Doreen's skill twice, which I will explain later. So that is the Echo Nemesis. Very good boss, very good finisher. So if early game you really drain your opponent with big columns, by the time he comes into play, your opponent have no Great Zero to guard. And having 12 crits also helps, because if, let's say your opponent is 4 damage, and then you swing. If he has no Great Zeros, you get a critical trigger, you win. That's why I run 12 crits. Next is the Break Right. So the Break Right skill is another really insane skill. So when limit break 4, when you write a Dark Irregular on him, choose 3 of, okay, he gains 10k, the usual 10k. So let's say if you write this guy over him, he gains 10k, and 3 of your rear guards will have the skill of, this unit gets 1k for each Dark Irregular in your soul. So essentially when you break right, 3 of your rear guards will gain 1k per soul, and it's a continuous, and note it's a continuous ability. So let's say you break right that turn, and then let's say you have 3 souls. Okay, let's just say you have 3 souls. If throughout that turn before you attack, you manage to get off additional souls, those 3 rear guards you choose will continue to power up. So let's just say in this turn, I have my Vanguard like this, and I have a rear guard here, and then I have, let's say, another rear guard over here. Okay, and I select these 2 units to get the break right power. So if he hits, his skill allows you to Soul Touch 3. Then automatically she will then gain an additional 3k. So on the break right turn, if you have soul charges, it is going to be a very surprising turn, because you have like surprise soul charge, surprise power because of him. Anyways, yeah, so break right really good. The break right turn, you can potentially push for huge numbers. I think I've played a game where I pushed for 85k for both columns, which is insane because I had Doreen and other stuff. So yeah, it was crazy. Oh, and his second skill is an auto. So when this unit attacks the Vanguard, you can Soul Charge 1, and he gains 1k until end of battle. So he swings for 12k. And if you have Doreen on the field that turn, if you swing with him first, whoops. If you swing with him first, she automatically becomes a 9k booster. So next is Emblem Master. So his skill is when the attack hits a Vanguard, when this unit attacks hits a Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 and Soul Touch 3. So yeah, very good Soul Charger, very good for early game. He's also a very good turn 2 right as well, because your opponent most likely will not guard. So if you swing and hit the Vanguard, Soul Touch 3, very good. Next is this Indifferent Succubus. Note her skill is a continuous skill. Yeah, I can't focus that close. There you go. So her skill is a continuous skill. So if you have 10 souls or more, she gains 4k forever. So even if it's your opponent's turn, she is 12k. So all your opponent's 11k or 9k rear guards can't hit her unless it's boosted. So she's very good defense, you know. It's like she's a very valuable attacker and defend and rear guard. So she's a 12k interceptor, which is really good. And getting 10 souls, as I mentioned, is not hard in this deck. So next, it's Decadent Succubus. So her skill is on the Vanguard circle. So her skill only activates on the Vanguard circle. So when you write her, the turn you write her, when another of your Dark Irregular is placed on R, you may soul charge 1. So whenever on the turn you write her, if she's a Vanguard, every time you call a unit, she soul charge 1. So this, if you notice, can combo very well with him and her, which I'll explain. The ultimate turn 2 ride. That turn itself, you can actually potentially soul charge 5 at least. So grade 1, Perfect Guard, you know the Perfect Guard skill. Doreen, I'm sure most of you know her skill, but I'll explain it anyways. So during your main phase, okay, when a card is placed into the soul, yeah, if you have a Dark Irregular Vanguard, she gets 3k. Oh, sorry, it's main phase, meaning that she doesn't get. Oh, right. I made a mistake. When he attacks and soul charge 1, she doesn't gain power because her power is only in the main phase. So, whoops, scrap that. Anyways, yeah. So during your main phase, when a card is put into your soul, if you have Dark Irregular Vanguard, she gains 3k. So she's a 6k base, but if you put one in, if you soul charge 1 every turn, she's a 9k booster, which is really good. And with Echo of Nemesis, the moment you write Echo of Nemesis, every single turn you can soul charge 2 cards consistently. So she's constantly a 12k attacker, 12k booster. And if you have, let's say somehow you had no choice but to call her, she's a 9k rear guard. So 9k, 12k, you swing for a 21k column, which is very good. And now that the format has changed to there's less and less cross-write in the meta now. So 21k column is really good. So next we run Dimensional Creeper. So his skill is from the soul. Place this card into the drop zone. If you have a Dark Irregular Vanguard, soul charge 2. So if when he's in your soul, okay, you can soul blast him out and then soul charge 2. So if his skill is not enough, we can use his skill to get an additional 2 more cards in the soul, and then Doreen will power up by 18k. So she'll be a 18k booster for that turn. So, oh, I forgot to mention the starter skill. So the starter skill is Counter Blast 1 and put him in the soul. If you do, search your deck for a grade 2 or less Dark Irregular and put it in your soul. So mainly by turn 2 or 3, Counter Blast 1 put him in the soul. Search your deck for this guy. So by turn 2, put him in the soul. Search your deck for him and put in the soul. Then maybe next turn or when you have Doreen, soul blast him out and get additional 2 souls. So yeah. Or you can do it all in one turn. So within that turn itself, you can get 3 souls in your 3 souls with just a Counter Blast 1. Which is very good. And he is very good because it's consistency. Yeah, you can choose, you can always search for him. Perfect. Next, Cording Succubus. So her skill is when an attack hits a Vanguard when this unit boosted a Dark Irregular, soul charge 1. So she's just there for additional soul charge, so you can just, boost, hit Vanguard, soul charge 1. So she's also there for pressure, so in case your opponent doesn't want to soul charge, they are pressured to block the column that this attacked. Also, for grade, okay, next I run Poet of Darkness. So his skill is, if during your turn, if you have 6 souls or more, he gains 3k. So he'll be a 9k booster if you have 6 souls or more. For those of you who can't find or can't afford Doreen, he is a good substitute. So he'll be a the difference is that he is a constant 9k booster, where she is a 6k booster, but has the potential to become even larger. So normally Doreen is a lot better, but I also run him because I have space for grade 1 slot, so I just run him because he's still a good 9k booster for her. So he's 21k column. And yeah, so this is the deck profile and the skills. Like as I mentioned, you can, if you can't get her, you can get him. He's 11k attacker. And okay, here's a combo you can do on here's a really good combo you can do on turn 2, which can get you really good soul charge. So your ideal setup for turn 2 is write her, okay? Write her, call him, and call her behind him. So this is your ideal turn 2 ride. Why? Because, and okay, let's just say you have this guy in over here. Whoops. My cards are flying everywhere. Let's just get this out of the way. Okay, so yeah. So ideal turn 2 is this. You write her, then you call her. Because of her skill, you soul charge 1. She gains 3k, so she's a 9k booster now. Next, call him. You soul charge again. So then now she gains another 3k. So now she is a 12k booster, he's a 9k attacker. This column is a 21k column. And on turn 2, no one's gonna guard a 21k column. So you are guaranteed a 3 soul, and make sure you have a damage, of course. So it's a guaranteed 3 soul charge in this turn. Extremely good. Right, call. And let's say if you have none of this guy, call as well. So now you have soul charging opportunities. And this turn will be very good because your opponent will probably take this, guard this because he doesn't want to use soul charge, and take this as well. So you probably deal 2 damage. Soul charge 5 in that turn, which is awesome. But if somehow you're extremely lucky and the gods are shining upon you, you can have this set up, which is even more insane. Now, since you call 1, 2, 3, 4, this column itself will be 18, 27k column. No one's gonna get a 27k column attack in turn 2. So if you have 2 damage open, essentially this turn you're guaranteed to soul charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8. As you can see, soul charge 8. And then if you use his skill, that's 9 souls. Then if you ride, okay, so yeah, so turn 1 it will be something like this. Ideal ride is like this. Turn 2, this, call, soul charge 2. So now you have 1, 2, 3 souls. Turn 3, ride him. Ride your back ride. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Use his skill. 5. And then use his skill. 6. Pull him out. Soul charge 2. By turn 3, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 souls by turn 3. So yeah, you can actually achieving 10 soul is very easy in this deck. And by the time you break right, I can guarantee you have 10 soul at least. And then 3 of your rear guards will power up by 10k. And which is insane. And just imagine you have a field like this. This is the perfect ideal field. And his skill can allow you to soul charge 2. So soul blast is grade 0, soul charge 2. And like that, all 3 of your Dorans are now 12k boosters. And if it's a break right turn, if you choose these 3 units to gain power, this column will be insane. I can guarantee you this column will probably be like 50k. And due to Echo skill, your opponent can only guard with grade 0s. So yeah, good luck guarding grade 0s. And since you run 12 crit, if you short damage, just crit him to death and you win. So yeah, Dark Irregulars, very good. So the pros of this deck is that it's very powerful. If you pull it off, your columns will be huge and massive. The downside of this deck is that it's not exactly consistent because you soul charge like crazy. So you quite often will soul charge key units, and this ideal field, well, most likely you won't be able to get ideal field because sometimes your hand size will be small and you have a field like this. Yeah. So I hope you like my deck profile. Thumbs up, comment down below if you see if you have any suggestions to add. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, sorry, this has been LJS, and I'll see you guys next time.